Hey, welcome back. If you didn't know already, I have a Facebook and an Instagram as Aviation Plus One because Aviation Plus was already taken, so I took Aviation Plus One. And as always, we still have the Fox 3 t-shirt for sale, and I've just posted this week a sticker of the Fox 3 airplane, and if you ever get a chance, take a look at it. It's pretty neat. This mission is an OCA strike with 4 humans, Falcon 1 through 4. I led this mission, and it was a very good confidence builder for leading a flight of 4. Seems like I did a pretty good job, even though it could have gone a little bit smoother, but everyone made it back home and we were able to get bombs on target. That's a win in my book. Our mission was to attack this airbase, but surrounding it were SA-2s, SA-3s, AAA, and SA-9s. Myself and number 2 had GBU-31s, while 3 and 4 had SDBs to try to control the SA-2s over the attack point. We had some F-15 escort support, but I never really heard them in the area. Also, we had some EA-18 Growlers, but they didn't seem like they did a very good job. All the while, the more we got closer, the more nervous I got. But I hope you enjoy the video, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.
GBU released. GBU released. GBU
I can't see a
released.
thing through this haze.
GBU released.
Hey, firm.
4 is 8 times Bruiser, Cat 1, hooking right.
Mud 2, 12 o'clock. Must be the Growler. 3 in a
Growler
ring.
1, I see a shoot.
Oh, snap.
Growler 1, I see a shoot.
I think that was our Growler.
Yep.
Mayday, airman down. Bullseye 0607.
2 spike. Gonna nose down 5 degrees.
GBU released. GBU released.
Yeah, for some reason 2's not getting any range to the target. It's getting the
GBU
bearing
released.
pointer and steering, just no range.
You got the
GBU
carrot, it's on
released.
the very top. Got 50 seconds to, I guess, in range.
GBU released.
3, Dirt 10, 12 o'clock.
GBU released.
1 visual. AAA on that 18 in front of us, I believe.
GBU released.
2's contact.
GBU released.
Flare.
3's GBU's away, hooking right.
3, be advised, flare aircraft. Bullseye 30540 6000.
2's SA-2 is clean. One is 10 seconds.
Century Falcon 1-3,
Come on,
close
come on.
picture.
One's committing. 5 degrees down. 2 seconds.
Picture is 3 groups. Range and azimuth split. West group. Bullseye.
GBU released.
5, 3.
GBU released.
1 GBU is released.
Hostile.
Going to the right.
Caution.
Southeast.
Caution.
Bullseye 0867922,000. Track west. Hostile. East group. Bullseye 080. Link
Full
1,
180.
3,
Back to go to
flare
steer
aircraft.
7.
Bullseye 305359000.
Oh, I forgot to switch steer points. 1's target.
3 reporting good effects on shore rat targets.
Two status.
2 steer points jacked up. I can't drop it. I'm gonna try to drop down and get a HUD mark.
Raj. Watch for man pads down there. Request vector to nearest air threat.
Magic 2, Falcon 1-1. Request vector to threat.
Falcon 1, Challenge 3, nearest threat. Bullseye 300. 29, 11,000. Hot. Hostile. Contact ID to
let's hook right.
That J5 is pretty close. It's 20 miles. One's turning back to see if I can get a viz on him.
Elements turning north.
Four's with you.
Declare.
Magic 2, Falcon 1-1, group. Bullseye 30525 12,000. Declare.
Falcon 1-1, Magic 2, contact confirmed hostile. ID is J5.
One is Fox 3 long.
1, Fox 3
Elements
long.
sporting.
Got the trailing one.
Shaft, flare.
4 check left, come at him from the west. 4 checking left.
Pitbull, 5 seconds.
One, Pitbull. Shaft, flare.
Crap. One splash. Two status.
Two's in hot on runway.
Copy.
3, Fox 3
3,
medium.
Fox 3 medium. 29216 for Angels 14.
One is cold 090.
Three is breaking right. 3 followed up.
GBU
Sorry, 4
released.
follow up.
3, Pitbull. GBU released.
2 by weapon away, runway.
Roger, reference steer 7.
Target jettisoned. Lost visual. 4 confirms you got a splash on him.
Request vector nearest air threat.
Magic 2,
4
Falcon
turn east.
1-1. Request vector to threat.
Falcon 1, Dallas 3, nearest
Four.
threat, round 270. 188,000, beaming. Hostile, contact ID as J5 Singleton. Magic 2, Falcon 1-2, group. Bullseye 12015 20,000. Declare. Falcon 1-2, Magic 2, contact is friendly.
What's the call sign? Miller time? Is that when we're good to go? Or mission accomplished somewhat?
Apron, all bombs away, Miller time.
3 evasive, 888.
Raj, Falcon, Miller time.
Three is visual on 4. 4's been hit by AAA, sustained minor
Prowler
damage.
1-2, pilot spotted. Bullseye 0608.
I take that back. 4's maintained really bad damage.
Status of avionics 4.
Mayday, Mayday, airman down. Bullseye
4's
145
lost
3 1.
HUD, maintained FMS damage, SMS damage, and hydraulics are out on Channel A.
2's on the rejoin with 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So see if you can. You should be heading. Do a heading of 150. See if 2 can rejoin with you.
4, you say you lost all avionics?
Negative. I have avionics, but no HUD.
Prowler
And I
1-2,
have
down one pilot.
hydraulics
Bullseye
and hay.
0658.
Yeah, you're trailing smoke as well.
As long as I don't have a fuel leak, I should be okay.
Reference steer 10, we're 107 miles.
RWR failure.
Copy.
Trail you about a mile and a half on the rejoin. Be coming up on your right side. Sorry, number 2 is rejoining on number 4.
Making sure there's no like increasing leaks or anything.
Yeah, the fact the RWR just suddenly died on me 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes after all that happened is bad.
Yeah. And about your hydraulic A, is it still the same?
Yeah, it hasn't decreased at all. It's just a little bit above 3.
Raj. Mine's a little bit above 3.
B is at, well, whatever that max is. Right after, yeah, I think it's at 5.
Huh. Well, I guess I have low hydraulics in both reservoirs.
Maybe that's reading correctly, but something else is going on. Unless it's the oil and it's not the hydraulics that are out.
You got hydraulic press A and B.
Hydraulics oil press on the right eyebrow lit up.
Ah.
Not good. What's your oil pressure?
Let's see, oil is 50.
Alright, yeah, check your hydro then.
Links 1-1. Contact tower
that-
for landing.
A and B, you mean?
240-900.
A is at 3, B is at 5.
So 5 is not normal. You might have a B system failure, so we'll watch when you get your gear down. You may have to alternate gear extend.
Oh, wait a minute, that's not, so that's really 0, isn't it? 2 and 4, you're both bouncing in and out of burner. I think that's a visual glitch.
Yeah, I haven't touched burner.
Yeah, so I think you're right about the hydraulics. I think it's a B failure, because I'm pretty sure that's 0.
Yeah, so just nuggets up there, you're going to have to alternate gear extend, and you're not going to have nose wheel steering when you land either, so it's going to be hard to clear the runway.
So what would they do in real life? Just tow me out then?
Just make you land last if possible.
Oh, we can do that if we want.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do it.
No point.
Yeah, we can do that. So, wouldn't it be in a IFE?
It absolutely would.
So it'd be an IFE, but since you could block the runway, they'll have you do last.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it depends on how much gas the rest of us have. Like, I have, 5.6, so I could loiter for a while, but if he has to take a cable, in real life that could shut down a runway for, what, Jake, 30 minutes?
1 gear down.
2 gear down.
Falcon 1-3, contact departure.
Got a visual on you two. Pass me.
Negative, I'm, you're right.
Oh, Raj, I'm
Falcon 2 ship, F-16.
AI.
Ready for departure. Falcon 1-4, Impel Tower, way 290 at 2 knots, runway 32 right, clear for landing, jet gear down. Falcon 2, hold short.
There is a F-16 landing on same runway. He's about half a mile ahead of me. Might be 3.
Yeah, 3 is coming down right now.
Offsetting to the left. Someone's on the right side.
Falcon 1-4, abort landing, runway unsafe, contact approach for resequencing.
One's on left side.
Negative on a board, 4 is landing.
One's wheel down.
Eagle 1, Impel
Oh,
Tower,
that's bad,
wind
Mayday.
290 at 5 knots, runway 32 left. You're cleared for takeoff. Contact departure.
One's fast taxi to the end.
Three is clearing, active on taxiway Papa.
Falcon 1-3, contact ground. Switch to 2-3-6-7-0-0.
Well, if you guys can hear me.
Falcon 2,
Yeah, we got you.
Impel Tower, position and hold, runway 32 left.
One's
Victor
exiting.
Radio's busted. I busted the MFDs. This jet is done.
You made it.
Falcon 1-1, contact ground. Switch to 2-3-6-7-0-0.
Going to uniform 2.
Sawbuck 1, 2 ship, F-15s. Request taxi.
Good evening, Sawbuck 1.
Did
You are number
4
3
make
for
it on the
departure.
ground, or?
Taxi, and then hold, short, run. Falcon 1-1. Request taxi, back.
Falcon
Sawbuck
1-4
1,
shutting down.
taxiing.
Falcon 1-1. Taxi back to the ramp. You are cleared all the way in.
It's a runway all this way. I'm just gonna exit right here. Everyone made it down. Everyone landed.
2 affirm.
3.
Falcon 1-3. Taxi to the ramp. You are cleared all the way in.
Are we just exiting here?
Yeah, we're probably gonna exit right here. Yep, one exiting. Oh, I just double click on it. Alright. Learning as we go. Oh, snap. We'll watch these first. See what happened. Oh god.
Oh boy.
SA3 was going completely crazy. Let's watch where these went first.
These are flying fairly level, aren't they?
Yeah.
They have like a 10-to-1 glide ratio. They can go pretty far.
Themselves.
Do they really?
Yeah.
10-to-1 that's a lot.
It's pretty crazy.
I guess they don't weigh as much as most of the other munitions.
And they have little wings.
There's my 2 bombs. That was a SA9.
Oh, he
boy.
shot at me.
Did it even track? Oh, crazy. You didn't get a warning, so
Yeah, I think those are just heaters.
that's
So.
a 9. 9 is a, yeah, passive flat box.
Okay, so mine should have been hitting things. I don't know what that was all
These
about.
are still in the air. These are the first ones you did.
Oh, those are mine? Okay.
Oh, if someone did. Let's see. Let's go back and see where that came from. Yeah, that's the first one that came out. So that is Bibles.
Okay, never mind.
So they flew forever. Seems they got buildings.
That should have...
Maybe they moved since you grabbed the steer points.
Or they got destroyed.
I was aiming on buildings.
Oh.
That SA9.
Did I get that
Yikes.
14? Oh no.
Oh, we were just hitting the runway.
Yeah. I thought it might have landed on the 14.
So that was a way beyond our max shot, right?
Was it?
The SA9, I mean.
Oh. He's at 11,000? Should be in range of the SA9. I think it's up to 18,000. Yeah. Let's watch So you said you didn't chain. You said it didn't lock on or wasn't able to release.
I released, but I had to look at. I'm
Well, the first
taking
time.
a mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't have the steer point. The steer points were gone, so I found the runway and just took a mark point
Mm-hmm.
and then dropped it BOT. So that should have been me getting a mark. And then I rolled around and then dropped on the marks. So I dropped on one runway and then slewed over and dropped the other one.
How'd you get
So
the? Sorry.
Go for it. What's up?
How'd you get the mark point? Was that targeting pod or?
So button 7 will bring up mark point. You can put it in your HUD or in your helmet. I don't know if you can do it in your helmet in the game or not, but I just put it in my HUD, rolled in, pointed at it, team is forward, and it sticks it right there. And then if you team is forward again, it makes it a steer point. So it turns into steer point 26. And then mode select 26, and then it'll show up wherever you put that mark in your HUD will show up in your targeting pod. And then you can go from there.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever used the HUD for that. That sounds actually useful for that. I mean, the runway's pretty easy to spot.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky to get your targeting pod on it, so that's the best way to do it.
Makes sense.
I should have tried it with the helmet, but I
don't. Well, I don't know. I don't think BMS supports it. Now I'm actually kind of curious.
So I don't like. Does GBU should have hit something? I guess it doesn't register a. It should register a building if you hit something.
It should. Something's weird though. This one was kind of messed up.
All right, those.
it just
propellers-
sucks trying to take that point because I'm in the mez way too long.
You got the trailing
But-
one.
I'm reading that the SA9's height is approximately 11,500. And then it says some sources give also higher figures.
Yeah, I got the. What is this? This T square. PDF. It's like a huge, like 30-something pages. The S9 Gaskin. Typical range is 13.5. The typical range, but it says the max is
Interesting.
18. Is that yours?
Star Fury.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? Then we kind of got out of there. Well, let's see where, let's see.
Yeah, right where I start moving around is where I got shot at. I was flying
somewhere
level.
in there.
Yeah, right here is where all of a sudden I had this explosion come in behind me.
Oh,
It was
geez.
really loud.
Label scale, small. So I noticed when I was they have outside noises, like it's a lot more, it's a lot louder now.
Yes, they made it much louder, and it made me jump.
I remember when I was messing around in dogfighting, like I got a maneuver kill and I heard the explosion because I was in the weeds as well, and I heard them crash and I heard like the fire crackling and everything. It was pretty weird.
I know it's not as realistic by any stretch of the imagination, but I really miss the satisfying explosions from the old Jane's games.
So I don't even know what the prowlers had. I guess they only had one or two harms. I guess. That one had one. Didn't really use the other one. Man, that must have
How
sucked.
did they? Oh my! I thought they were supposed to do some jamming or something. Did they? I don't want to break it to them, but I don't think the jamming is working.
Well, I mean, they shot 6 missiles. They missed all of them. I don't know.
And that's true.
I don't know. But the other guy, he got hit on his way out. But that is pretty weird. He just... Oh, where'd he go? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had enough.
Yeah. Yeah, his friend right here. He was on his way out, and then he got SA2 in the tailpipe.
It's like he's not even trying to avoid it.
Nope. The other one at least kind of looked like he was trying to do something. You see a chaff or something every now and then. And a little bit of maneuvering right here. Him, he didn't do anything.
This is the laziest defense ever.
Oh, last second he was like, oh no. Yeah. Anything else you want to see? You can take over.
I just want to see the landing.
Okay. Let's see. One of us made like some playing Snake. It's like, oops.
Kind of worked.
Yeah. 'Cause he said, yeah, straight in. I was like, oh, that runway right there. But he was saying straight in, runway 32, which is on the opposite side of the runway.
How did he get in ahead of you? Like,
Let's see. Let's follow him. Oh, he turned a little earlier. What's his speed? 2.5, ours 2.1. He was going a little faster.
wow, Chain is with you all the way.
I know. And I saw him about like here. I was like, oh. 15 crossing the runway. I didn't see them 15s.
Yeah, it told me to abort at the last minute, and I'm like,
No.
no, I'm not aborting.
Already committed.
I am landing this thing.
So Primus, you switched to the other runway?
Yeah, I switched to the left side of the same runway.
Oh, okay.
Because he was on the right side, so I went
Yeah.
at the last second. I like kind of teetered on my, at like flare, kind of teetered to the right side. I was like, yeah, at the last second, see me teetering. I'm like, I wasn't sure if he was gonna, I don't know what was gonna happen, so I didn't want to be right behind him. Oh, and
There
there's,
I go off the runway. The gear just snapped.
Was it your nose? I guess it was your nose.
Yeah. It was like the jet didn't want to come down at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was coming down fine, and then all of a sudden it was just like I had this like cushion of air. I couldn't get it down. I'm like, well, I'm going to do this very gently. And then, yeah, the nose came down and just snapped, and I went right into the ground and rode it all the way there.
Huh. Yeah, I was getting the solid tone. I was like, dude, I'm like, get over to the side. You're like 200 feet behind me or something?
I would have been fine though. Like my positioning was pretty good otherwise. I just couldn't get down, and then once I did get down, the gear.
Interesting.
Yeah, you guys would have had to pry me out of the cockpit. I couldn't even open the canopy.
Good old speed handle.
Yeah, there's got to be a manual release on that, right? Like some sort of.
Well, you'll
or
have
a
to
canopy
unlock it.
jettison?
Well, I'm not sure about the 22, but the 16 on the 22, you have to undo the lock mechanism inside the cockpit, and then you can like speed handle and manually winch it open. But the 16, I'm pretty sure has something of the same premise.
Yeah, they can crank you up from the outside. Unless something's really broke. But
Yeah.
you also have your emergency jettison handle where you can just blow it off.
That is true.
I wonder what the procedure is for that. Like if it's, I mean, that bad of a crash where I'm sliding all the way across the runway. I don't think.
Most people would have ejected, but
Yeah, I should have. The thought crossed my mind, which usually means that was probably the right decision.
Well, I mean, it depends. I guess if you land and your nose gives out, you have to, I don't know.